Aquaponics Lab at St. Thomas, and we have Miss Lang here today to go over how the Aquaponics Lab works. She's kind of our resident expert on this, and she takes care of the Aquaponics Lab for us. So she's going to talk to us today about what's happening in here.
So this is our lab. We grow two different types of things in here. We grow stuff in our rock beds, and we also grow stuff in dirt that has come from our compost. I'll explain how our rock beds work first, and then we'll go into the dirt. So we have two tanks in our aquaponics lab to help make things work. We call this our dirty tank because it has all of our fish in it and all the things that we need in order to give our rock beds nutrients. So our fish eat our fish food that we make, and they create algae, they poop out all of the food, and then what happens is all the water with the poop and the algae and the fish food gets pumped into our 4 rock beds. So we have one here, 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 and over there. The pumps pump it in through these here. As you can see, it comes up into there and then fills up the rock beds from the bottom, and then when they get to the top, it drains out here, which is over on the other side. We call this tank the clean tank because all of the water that gets pumped in comes and drains out on this side, just like this. So when the rock beds are full, they drain out. They drain about 4 times an hour. So they will fill up from the bottom, water all of our roots, and then come back down and pull oxygen into our roots, which causes the plants not to drown. The water that drains back into this tank is just as clean as our drinking water in town. The reason for that is because of the rocks. So inside our rock beds, we have rocks and worms. The rocks, we have red wigglers, which are worms, and they eat the fish poop, the algae that gets pumped through. The root system sometimes have some bacteria in it that the worms will eat, and they will also eat other things that they find, whether it be dirt or anything that we leave for them. In turn, the worms will poop out castings, which are great nutrients for our plants. They are fertilizer. That's what causes our plants to grow. In the different beds, this bed right now, we have tomatoes that we've grown from seed. And you can see that some of them are starting to get red. And on this side here, we have, I have just put tomato seeds in last week, so you can see this is how they start. So this is how little they are, and they grow into this. In this bed here, I planted 2 weeks ago. We have lettuce, kale, and Swiss chard. And again, they start out very small seeds. The lettuce seeds start out this size, and then we will get full heads of lettuce that we can use in about a month and a half. In this bed here, we have cucumbers. So these are cucumbers that we planted back in December, and also new cucumbers that we just put in last week. The other thing that helps our plants grow is the lights. Outside you have sun, inside we have fake sun. So some of the lights you can see are white, and other ones are white, red, and blue, which creates what the plants need. It creates artificial sunlight. These lights over here are purple, which is what happens when you mix the red, white, and blue lights together. Without these lights, these would die. Everything in here would die unless it had sun. So this is our cucumbers that we have planted back in December. This is one that is growing, and these are other little baby ones that are growing here. And in this bed we have Swiss chard and some plants like tomatoes and like strawberries over here will get flowers, and they will self-pollinate, which means that they have a female and a male reproductive system, so they can do it all on their own. Other plants like cucumbers and pumpkins have to have us help them because bugs and bees don't fly in and pollinate. So the fruit has flowers on the end of it, and you'll see here that they will open up, and normally a bee would come along and go in the male flower, then in the female flower and pollinate, and this is what you would get. But because we don't have that in here, I have to watch and do the pollinating for it. So all I do is take the male flower and get the pollen that's from him and just pollinate the female flower, and now it'll grow. And also I do that with the pumpkins as well.
Do you have to do it at certain times?
I have to do it when the flowers are open. If I don't catch it, so there's quite a few cucumbers here. If I don't catch it, they will, like this one here, they will just shrivel up and die.
Okay.
So in order to keep our worms, which are red wigglers that go in here happy, we keep them in the compost barrel. We feed them once or twice a week, scraps, any fruits or vegetables that we don't use from the cafeteria, any Swiss chard or lettuce that maybe has grown over, strawberries that have gone bad. And this is one of our compost barrels. We have another one over there. So we throw everything in, and our red wigglers eat all the food that's in there and produce very good, nutritious soil. So what happens is when they do that, we take the red wigglers out and we wash them. We then put them in these beds to help grow our food in the rock beds. And then we take the dirt, but because it's got so much nutrients in it, we mix it with just regular black dirt. And we use all of this dirt in our pots. So all of the dirt that's in our pots has come from our compost bins. So in these pots we have growing at the moment sage, which we use for our ceremonies here at the school. We have strawberries, which we started the process of the strawberries December 1st. We had to tell the seeds that it was winter, so we keep them in the fridge, and we keep them in there for about a month and a half. We bring them out, we plant them and keep them warm, and then this is what we get. Here's a strawberry here that is growing. So as you can see, the flower is still on the end, but it'll get big and we'll be able to eat it. Here's some more sage. Here is chives. Up in these pots here, we have a plant called a black-eyed Susan that we planted, and these here are nasturtiums, which will grow and you can eat them and put them in your salads.